Did you know that 70% of people fear public speaking more than death? It's a shocking fact, but it's true. Even the most confident individuals get nervous when it's time to speak in front of others. But here's the thing, it doesn't have to be that way. You don't need to have the perfect words or a flawless script to sound interesting. In fact, some of the most captivating speakers didn't prepare a thing. Imagine this, you're in front of an audience, and suddenly, you forget your lines. Most people would panic, but what if you could turn that moment into something that makes you even more captivating? It's possible. Throughout this video, we'll show you how to speak confidently and hold your audience's attention, whether or not you know exactly what you're going to say. You'll learn simple yet powerful strategies like how to use pauses to your advantage, why voice modulation is a game changer, and how to turn mistakes into memorable moments. These techniques are easy to apply, and once you master them, you'll never worry about sounding boring again. So, if you're ready to become a speaker who grabs attention even without a script, stick with us. This could change the way you speak forever. Chapter 1: The Art of Speaking Without the Script. Unleash your inner impromptu pro. Many of us get nervous when we don't have a script to follow, but the truth is, speaking without one can make you sound more genuine. When you speak off the cuff, your words often come across as more authentic and engaging. Studies show that 65% of people find impromptu speakers more relatable than those who read from a script. So, how can you embrace this? First, trust yourself. You've got this. You don't need every word mapped out. Start by practicing impromptu speaking in daily life. When you're at the coffee shop, try ordering without a script. It's a small challenge, but it helps build your confidence. Another trick is to think in key phrases rather than full sentences. This reduces the pressure to speak perfectly. You can also use the 3-point rule. When you have to speak on a topic you're not prepared for, break it down into 3 simple points. These could be the why, how, and what of the topic. This structure will keep your thoughts organized and help you stay on track. Remember, it's okay to pause and gather your thoughts. Research shows that short pauses actually make you sound more intelligent and measured. It's the perfect moment to add emphasis or let your audience digest what you've said. Being an impromptu speaker also means being a good listener. When you're truly listening, your responses will feel more natural and connected. Studies from Harvard show that active listening improves your credibility and likability in conversations. Finally, take risks. A great impromptu speaker isn't afraid to experiment with their words and approach. If you make a mistake, laugh it off. It only makes you more relatable. And remember, speaking without a script isn't about being perfect, it's about being human. Chapter 2: Master the Power of Pauses. Silence is your secret weapon. It might sound counterintuitive, but silence can actually make you a better speaker. The pause is often underrated in conversations and presentations, but research proves it can significantly increase your influence. According to a study from the University of Southern California, speakers who use pauses are perceived as more authoritative and competent. It's because pauses give your words weight. You've probably heard the phrase, "silence speaks volumes." Well, it's true. When you pause, you give your audience a moment to think, reflect, and even anticipate what you'll say next. This builds curiosity and draws them in. Think of a great TED Talk. Speakers often pause just before revealing their key idea, and it's that silence that builds suspense. Incorporating pauses into your speech also gives you a chance to regain control. If you feel your thoughts slipping away or if you're unsure of the next word, pause. You don't need to rush. Rushing often leads to fillers like, or, which can undermine your authority. Pausing avoids that. Silence can also make you seem more confident. A person who knows when to be quiet is perceived as more self-assured. So next time you're on stage or in a meeting, instead of nervously filling the air, try a strategic pause. It's a simple, yet powerful tool. Another fascinating fact is that pauses allow you to vary your tone and pace. Without a pause, everything sounds flat and monotonous. A well-placed pause not only lets your audience digest information, but it also lets you control the rhythm of your speech. Just like a song needs breaks in the melody to make it more engaging, your speech needs pauses to avoid burnout. In the end, pauses are your friends. They offer clarity, build anticipation, and most importantly, make you sound more interesting. Chapter 3: Voice Modulation Magic. Turn a boring tone into a captivating rhythm. Imagine hearing a speaker with a flat, monotonous voice. Chances are, you'd tune out pretty quickly. The key to holding your audience's attention is in how you modulate your voice. It's not just what you say, but how you say it. Let's talk about pitch first. People are naturally drawn to speakers who vary their pitch, which is the highness or lowness of your voice. According to a study by the University of Pittsburgh, speakers who modulate their pitch have a 45% higher chance of being remembered. So, if you want to sound interesting, mix it up. Another key element is speed. Speaking too quickly can make you seem nervous or unprepared, while speaking too slowly may lose your audience's interest. The sweet spot is a moderate pace. A study from MIT found that speakers who maintain a steady, moderate speed are 20% more persuasive than those who speak too quickly or slowly. Volume also plays a huge role. Raising your volume slightly on important points can create emphasis, drawing your audience's attention exactly where you want it. However, don't shout. According to a study from Cornell University, subtle increases in volume are more effective than dramatic spikes. Your voice is an instrument. It's like a musical composition that can go from soft whispers to bold statements. By experimenting with different volumes, speeds, and pitches, you can make your speech feel dynamic and engaging. One powerful way to improve your voice modulation is to practice reading aloud. Choose different types of texts, stories, speeches, or even news articles, and try adjusting your voice for each. This simple exercise can strengthen your voice and enhance your modulation. Remember, a varied voice is like a story. You want to take your audience on a journey, and voice modulation helps you do that. With practice, you'll be able to keep your listeners hanging on to every word you say, simply by adjusting your voice's rhythm. If you're finding these tips helpful so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss out on more great strategies that will take your speaking skills to the next level. Chapter 4. Turn your stumbles into standout moments. How to embrace imperfection. Everyone makes mistakes, and when speaking, it can feel like a disaster. But what if we told you that your stumbles could actually make you more memorable? It's true. Studies show that people tend to remember moments of imperfection more than flawless speeches. The trick is how you handle those moments. Instead of panicking when you make a mistake, own it and turn it into an opportunity. Take a deep breath, laugh, and keep going. According to author and speaker Brené Brown, embracing vulnerability makes you more relatable. When you show your imperfections, you invite your audience into your world. They'll feel more connected to you because they see you're human. One powerful way to turn a stumble into a standout moment is through humor. Research from the University of Maryland suggests that speakers who incorporate humor into their presentations are 30% more likely to be rated as persuasive. If you mess up, make a light-hearted comment about it. It shows that you don't take yourself too seriously. When you own your mistakes, you also demonstrate resilience. People admire speakers who can recover quickly and keep going. This gives you a natural aura of confidence. In fact, resilience is one of the most important qualities of great leaders, and it's a quality that you can showcase in your speaking. Mistakes can also provide a chance to engage your audience. If you trip over a word, pause, look at the audience, and ask for their thoughts. It breaks the tension and makes the audience feel involved. It also allows them to see your authenticity, which makes your message more powerful. Finally, remember this: most mistakes are barely noticed by your audience. They're too focused on your main message to worry about every slip-up. So, stop worrying about being perfect. Instead, focus on connecting with your audience and delivering value, no matter what happens along the way. Chapter 5. Body language hacks. Non-verbal cues that speak louder than words. It's often said that actions speak louder than words, and when it comes to speaking, body language plays a massive role. In fact, research shows that 55% of communication comes from non-verbal cues, while only 7% comes from the words you say. That's why mastering your body language is key to becoming a powerful speaker. Start with your posture. Standing tall and with your shoulders back instantly makes you appear more confident. Studies from the American Psychological Association show that upright posture can make you seem more assertive and trustworthy. Avoid slouching, as it may convey insecurity or lack of interest. Gestures are another important aspect of body language. Using your hands to emphasize points makes you appear more engaging. In fact, people are 20% more likely to remember a speech when the speaker uses natural hand gestures, according to a study by Princeton University. It also helps you articulate your thoughts better. Eye contact is another powerful tool. When you make eye contact, it builds trust and keeps your audience focused on you. A study from the University of California found that maintaining steady eye contact makes you appear more credible. But be careful, not too much, or it could feel intimidating. A balance is key. Facial expressions also communicate volumes. If you're delivering a passionate speech, your face should reflect that energy. Smiling while speaking is another powerful tactic. According to research by the American Psychological Association, speakers who smile are perceived as more likable and persuasive. Finally, take note of your movement. Avoid pacing back and forth, which can be distracting. Instead, move with purpose. If you need to make a point, take a step forward. This creates emphasis and makes your speech feel more dynamic. In the end, your body language is an extension of your message. The more you align your words with your non-verbal cues, the stronger your message will be. If you're enjoying these strategies, be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for more insights into becoming a great speaker. Chapter 6. Engage their minds, not just their ears. Create mental movies with vivid description. Have you ever listened to someone speak and felt completely captivated by their words, even if you didn't fully understand the topic? That's the magic of storytelling. When you paint vivid mental pictures with your descriptions, you engage your audience on a deeper level. It's a technique used by the most memorable speakers. The secret lies in creating sensory-rich images with your words. Instead of saying, "It was a great day," describe the colors in the sky, the warmth of the sun, and the sounds around you. This technique helps your audience form a clearer picture in their minds, making your message more memorable. Take, for example, the famous "I Have a Dream" speech by Martin Luther King Jr. He didn't just talk about equality, he painted pictures of freedom, justice, and a better future. People weren't just hearing his words, they were visualizing them. That's what makes a great speech unforgettable. Using metaphors and analogies is another powerful strategy. They help complex ideas stick by relating them to something familiar. For example, you might compare the process of learning to a plant growing, slow, steady, and full of potential. Research from Harvard University shows that metaphors can increase comprehension and retention by 40%. Descriptive language also helps break down barriers between you and your audience. When you use concrete details, you invite your listeners to step into your world. A simple description like, "The coffee was as black as midnight," can evoke emotions and trigger memories, making your words more impactful. Another trick is to use contrasts. For instance, instead of saying, "It was a beautiful sunset," try, "The sun sank into the ocean, casting a fiery glow that turned the sky into a canvas of reds and oranges." This contrast between light and dark will make your description stand out and engage your audience's imagination. Lastly, practice makes perfect. Record yourself telling a story, and listen for moments where you could add more detail or make the picture clearer. Just like a painter adds layer after layer, great speakers add layer upon layer of detail to create a masterpiece. Incorporating vivid descriptions into your speech can make even the most ordinary topics feel extraordinary. So, next time you speak, remember, it's not just about what you say, but how you make your audience see it. If you found these tips valuable, make sure to subscribe for more. Stay tuned for more insights on becoming a powerful speaker.